Writing down your answers and filling out the pages is sometimes just not enough to get good grades. You also need to make sure that your answer script is readable and your answer script is presentable. So, in the first part of this video, I taught you how to structure your answer scripts for university exams. And this is the part 2 where I'll be teaching you how to make your answer scripts look more presentable. So, hey there, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's learn with Sim. And without any further ado, let's just dive into the video. Your exams are right around the corner, and I wish you all the best for your exams. So, tip number 1 is margins. Now, whenever you are given your answer scripts, the first thing that you're supposed to do is draw the margins. Now, some answer scripts already provide you with a margin on the left side, but some do not. And if there isn't any margin on the left side, you definitely need to draw one. You also need to draw one at the top of your paper. And on the right, it is optional. So it is totally up to you if you want to draw a line on the right side of the page or you do not want to. A little important thing here again is to draw a margin at the end of your answer to indicate that you have ended your specific answer, and by doing so, you will be giving the page a structure and a very clean and professional look. So, tip number 2 is numbering the question and going serially. So, what do I mean by going serially is that if you have question number 1 and it has 3 options, question number 2 and again it has 3 options, and question number 3 again it has 3 options, and you need to attempt just one from the given options, you are deciding to go for 1B. So, what you're going to do is you will attempt 1B and you're not quite sure about question number 2, and then you go for question number 3. Now, do not jumble up your questions. You can leave a few pages for question number 2 if you're not very sure, but you will be attempting it. So, you just leave a few pages for the same. Do not jumble up your series, do not jumble up your question. Now, numbering your question is very important. And what I mean by that is, if you're attempting question number 1B, you need to clearly mention 1B. Do not write question number 1 and leave it that way. It is incomplete. You need to write 1B. Tip 3. Tip 3 is quotations, introduction, body, and conclusion. So, as I suggested in my first part of this video, that quotations are very important. You need to write the quotations before starting any answer. If you have any quotation that is suitable for this answer, you can mention it. You can write a quotation before starting your answer. And then you can start your answer with introduction. Then you go about with the body and then you write the conclusion. And as I said earlier, conclusion is very important part of your answer script. So if you are from English department, please make sure you watch the first part of this video. And even if you are from any other literature department, may it be Hindi, Nepali or Bengali, any other literature department, even if you are from history department, the first video is going to be very helpful for you. And I have talked a lot in detail about how to structure your answers. Just watch the video once and make sure that you're not missing out on anything. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is new page, new answer. For every new question that you attempt, you need to write your answer on a fresh page, on new page. Supposedly, your previous answer ended at about half a page, or like at 1/4 of the page, or 1/3 of the page. Do not start your answer from right there. Take a fresh page, take a new page for a new question that you are going to attempt. Now, tip number 5. And tip number 5 is all about the color of your pen. As students, you need to make sure that you are not using red and green pen. So, red pens are mostly used by the teachers and the professors, and green pen officially is used by the principal. So, you are not supposed to use green and red pen. You can choose between black and blue, or you can choose both. Now, you can write your answer scripts in whatever your preferred color of pen is. May it be blue or may it be black. If you are writing it in blue, then you can highlight or write the topic of the answers or anything that is important in the answer with black pen. And if you're writing your whole answer in black pen, Then to highlight the main dates, names, or anything specific, or to give it a title or subtitle, you can use the blue colored pen. Tip number 6, you can also use highlighter and sketch pens. So one little issue while using highlighters and sketch pens is that sometimes the ink tends to bleed, and your other side of the paper is also stained. So to avoid that, what you can do is you can use pastel colors or light colors. You can go for yellows, blues, and any other pastel colors. Not red, but you can definitely use pink. Tip number 7 is very important and something that I have struggled a lot with personally, and that is handwriting. A lot of you guys do struggle with the same. Even if the answer is very lengthy, just because your handwriting is too small, it takes up just 1.5 page or 2 page. So, in order to make your answer scripts lengthy, what you can do is you can increase the size of your handwriting. So, balancing that thing is very important. Now, just to fill out the pages, do not do the mistake of writing just 4 words in a line, or like just writing about 20 to 30 words in a single page. Do not do that. Your handwriting should not be too big and should also not be too small. Now, while we talk about academics, it is very important that we use um, cursive writing. Cursive writing is very widely accepted and academically correct. But even if you do not go for cursive writing, that is totally fine. It again comes down to your personal choice. Last but not the least, point number 8, writing in points and paragraphs. So your answers need to have a balance of both. While writing your subtopics or about theme or any other detail that is not your main topic, you can write in points. And when you are giving your main answer, when you are writing the main part of the answer, you can write in paragraph. Also, your conclusion is not supposed to be in points. You need to make a paragraph for it. So that's all for this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, let me know if this video was helpful. I would love to get your suggestions and feedbacks. Also, if you're from literature department, any literature department, or even history department, make sure that you watch my first video. That is going to be very beneficial for you guys. Signing off, let's learn with Sim. See you all in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, and study hard.